Alright friends, this video is a little unusual in that I'm doing a voiceover over. I've been sick throughout.
Trust me, y'all don't really want to hear me talking anyway.
So we'll do it this way for the sake of your ears. I'm just showing you my bag of shrimp that I used. I've already poured them in the bowl and now I'm taking off the tails. Some people like them on, but me, not so much. So now I'm also going through to make sure that their standard of deveining matches my standard of deveining. You know what I mean? To this shrimp, I added a little bit of seasoning with garlic powder, onion powder, Old Bay, and a little olive oil just to make sure that it all adheres well. You know, with shrimp, you don't have to let it stay seasoned for long. So I set that aside while I go ahead and start peeling my zucchini. I'm using this instead of pasta just to cut back on some carbs and add a little bit more of a health benefit. Now to my skillet, I'm adding the shrimp. I fully cooked the shrimp and I'm setting it aside to let it cool. I still like my shrimp to have that good old pop. To the same skillet that I cooked my shrimp, I'm adding the zucchini, stirring it up just to really get the moisture out and to absorb those last few bits of garlic that I also ended up putting into my shrimp mixture. That set aside, I'm moving on to another meal already. A lot of people like their pieces to be very uniform so that, you know, the texture is the same, but I like a little varied texture. So some of my chops are bigger, some are smaller, just for that very reason. All of this is going into my pan, and to this, I spray on a little, I can't believe it's not butter, just again to make things adhere nicely. I'm going to also sprinkle onto this a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg. But I put on about that much butter, if you're wondering. All right, so here we go with the seasonings. And finally, I add on a little bit of brown sugar to sweeten it up. Give it a stir, make sure it's all level, and then we're ready to pop it in the oven. I looked at it and realized, oh wait, I want just a little bit more butter, so now I pop it in. Moving on to the next thing, it's going to be the catfish. So for this, I get a couple of eggs, crack them on in, and I like to add hot sauce, quite a bit of hot sauce. And as you guys know, this has quite a bit of sodium, in my opinion, in the hot sauce. So I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But anyway, for now, add my little parchment paper, spray it down. This is to make sure that the fish on the underside also gets crisp. All right, so back to the saltiness of the hot sauce. You don't see me do it, but to this fish fry coating, I also added some more cornmeal to cut down on any of the extra saltiness. Because as you see, I also season my fish. And all of that can be a little overwhelming salt-wise if you don't cut back within your mixture. Some people like flour, I don't, I do cornmeal instead. And yes, I know about the wet hand, dry hand, and all of that, but frankly, I'm okay with getting in there and getting a little messy. So I dip my fish into my wet, dip it into my dry, press it down. That also adds to the crispness of it all. Ooh, excuse me, I'm still a little hoarse, but we're gonna fight through this, girl. But anyway, pressing down on your fish or chicken or whatever it is you're battering also makes it a little more crispy. And then we just lay those out. 1, 2, 3, and we're ready to pop it in the oven after we spray the top a little bit with the cooking oil. And by a little bit, I mean you actually want to cover it. By now, my shrimp stuff has cooled off, so I'm just putting the shrimp onto the zucchini and setting it aside, baby. We are moving all along this. Y'all are gonna see how I did all of these meals in just about an hour. It's literally under an hour. All right, so when I went to Trader Joe's, I had this garden soup and it was pretty good. But when I tasted it, I thought, this tastes more like a base to me. And I'm making my own kind of shrimp creole-ish. Come on, don't come for me now, you creole cookers. But I'm adding a little bit of red pepper with this shrimp and just stirring it up. Y'all, this was so doggone good. I don't know what to call it. It's like a shrimp pasta, red saucy. I don't know. But y'all, it's really good. I highly recommend that you try it. And the soup is good all by itself as well. So when I had a little bit of extra, I went ahead and ate that up. Anyway, going on with the rest of this, I know me and I know I'm a person who likes sweet things as well. So if I don't prepare for that, I'm just gonna fall for any sweet thing that's around me. And next thing I know, I've kind of blown my healthier choices. So here you see me coring my pears, and I simply used my measuring spoon to core that out. Now I squeezed on a little lemon juice and added this apple pie spice. Y'all, this is tea. It is so good. Then I'm adding my walnuts. Let me tell you about some of the benefits of walnuts. First of all, they have a greater antioxidant activity than do other nuts, and that comes from the vitamin E as well as the melatonin that's contained in them. They also may reduce inflammation. They promote healthy gut. We need that. They support weight management, which is exactly what I'm working on. Also, possibly help with type 2 diabetes, reduce blood pressure, promote anti-aging, and this is key for me as we have Alzheimer's in my family, but it is said that they help with brain function. They help with reproductive health. I ain't interested in that at all, but they may also reduce blood fat levels. So if you have not been incorporating walnuts in your diet as of yet, please let this be a sign, clue, hint, just a big old brick wall saying, girl, get you some walnuts, okay? Now let me tell you, when I was at Costco, they were giving samples of this and they had it on rice. It does not come with rice, so I picked mine up from Trader Joe's. And I got this Mexican rice with bell peppers and jalapenos in it, just to give it a little extra kick, you know. I'm so trifling, y'all. I poured it in frozen. I'm calling this cold prep. We are cold prepping this. So in with the, what is this, cauliflower rice, I am squeezing, yes, I know, it does not look appealing, but I am squeezing that good blend that I got from Costco right over the top. And this is just, it's like too easy. I feel like I came up with the cheat code for real with this. Like, come on, cold prep, never heard of it. You heard it here first, folks. But anyway, I'm kind of stirring in the rice a little bit, and forgive me, I'm going right back into being hoarse. But again, I'm fighting through this. And I wound up having so much that I was able to do a third portion of it. Didn't expect that, but that's just how generous the bags and stuff are. So I'm just gonna pop the lids on these, set this aside, and I'm moving on to the next thing. Like, this meal prep is ridiculously easy.
I don't know, y'all. This might not look appealing on camera, but it is really, really good. Chef's kiss. I did my big one with that. I've already had this at home, and that was good too. Bon appetit.
After about maybe 10-ish minutes, I pulled the pears back out because I want to drizzle a little bit of this sugar-free syrup over the top, and that's exactly what I did. Then I'm going to pop it back in the oven just to kind of let it caramelize and all of that, as well as those nuts. This is so good. It really solved my craving for sweetness. And I put it with, not the candied yams, because you know the yams are already sweet, but I put it with the other meals that I prepped. Y'all will see that in a minute. Now the fish is ready, and y'all, it's nice and crispy. So we're ready to assemble all the rest of this. Look at that. All crispy on the other side too. Baby, good fish too. When I tell you all of this prepping and assembling and all of that Took me under an hour. I ain't even kidding. And not only that, but it didn't compromise on any of the flavor. Honey, we don't have to just do salad to lessen the amount of time that we're in the kitchen. Look at all this protein, all this flavor. Flat out delicious, y'all. Try it. Let me know what you think. I don't think you'll regret it at all. All of these meals, bomb, bomb, fire, fire. All right, with that said, we are all done, and so is my voice again. But anyway, hope to see you in a regular talking vlog sometime soon. Until then, take care.